The mammoth task that is Safari Rally Kenya is done for another year, and it has provided us with everything we could have hoped for and so much more, right down to the last final moments of that Wolf Power stage. A massive congratulations to Elfyn Evans. Now, myself, Kiri Bloor, and Mike Chen, who's just coming out of the commentary box, will be with you for the next 45 minutes or so to bring you all the rest of the podiums, to sum up what's happened for the weekend, and also to have a bit of a giggle about all the events that have unfolded through this weekend. So we'll be here keeping you company, just bringing you the final throws of Safari Rally Kenya. Well, I don't even know where we could possibly start, but let's focus on the main man, the man himself, Elfyn Evans, the Welsh Dragon, to win Safari Rally Kenya, to have that trophy wherever he puts his trophies is just something special. You heard your commentators talking about the likes of fellow Britishman Colin McRae and Richard Burns, and it has been a long while since we've seen another British man taking a Safari Rally Kenya win. So a fantastic task, and of course having his Welsh Dragon on his helmet to make sure that he had the fire to bring home that trophy. And you know, he did have problems along the way, but he managed to keep it steadfast all the way to stand on top of that roof and scream yes, to finally finishing what has been an epic rally. All right, shall we just listen in? Molly Pettit there, always at the moments in history to get those interviews. Let's listen in once again.
Elfyn, congratulations. What an incredible start to the season. Back-to-back wins, and now you can add Safari Rally Kenya to your list of wins. How special is that?
Sorry, I can't hear anything you just asked me, but no, I want to say thank you to everyone in Kenya for a very warm welcome. An amazing rally. I have to say a huge well done to the team. They did an amazing job, and I'm proud to be a very small part of the history of Toyota and this special rally.
Well done. Thank you.
And that's the thing, he is now part of history, and there are certain things in the WRC that make history, and Safari Rally Kenya is one of those that just maps out and shapes our whole heritage. And Mike Chen deservedly taking a little drink there, because you have been going for it for the last hour and a half.
Oh, we got it for the last 3 days. I think Kenya's done its best to break me as well, but yeah, it's been first of all an absolute pleasure to commentate on all of those stages, because Kiri, you know, you go to a lot of rallies and you can sort of second guess what's going to happen. This one we just couldn't second guess any of it, could we? So it's just been the most incredible rally, and seeing what Elfyn had to say there, and he fully deserved this victory. And nobody, none of his competitors, anybody can argue with that point. He absolutely deserved this victory. He drove so well this weekend. He just got the balance between taking risks and performance absolutely right. And yeah, he's done a fantastic job, and 100% deserves to take the win and add that pretty special looking rhinoceros trophy to his ever-growing trophy cabinet.
Yeah. And to take 36 points clear of Thierry Neuville in the overall championship standings as well. That is a really important fact. For now, it is exactly that, the moment to focus on the fact that Elfyn Evans has won a Safari Rally Kenya. And there are certain rallies, obviously all of the rallies we hold dear, there's special moments in all of them, but there are ones that stand out, and for us, Finland is probably one of those. You know the stage names. Here now, Safari Rally Kenya, you know the stage names. You're not going to forget Camp Moran in a long time, are you? You are not going to forget Hell's Gate. Every single one of these is etched in WRC history, and also the images that come back in will replay. It is one of those places that just holds magic throughout for the drivers, for us. It's just been a really amazing weekend, hasn't it?
Timeless is what I would say about certainly the images that we've got, and been a lot of cameramen who've got incredibly wet and incredibly dusty out on the stages. Fair play to those guys, and hats off, because we've seen all the weather conditions, but they've given us timeless images. You're absolutely right, and 100%. You know, there are certain rallies that you want to win, and Elfyn has now ticked off a lot of those, including his first ever victory at home at Wales Rally GP, and that was a very, very special one, wasn't it? I mean, just look at that shot coming in. It's absolutely stunning. But yeah, Elfyn is certainly ticking off the special ones on the bucket list, isn't it?
Perhaps he'll tick all of them off.
Just the championship's the next one for him.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, we are looking at the prize giving once again there. Elfyn Evans receiving, that is an absolutely incredible trophy. Now, I must say that we have a full team, as do all of the drivers and the co-drivers. Elfyn Evans referencing his team, as Thierry Neuville did. We have a team, and they've been working incredibly hard. It's been very hard for Molly Pettit, Julian Porter, PK, who went out on Friday as well, to bring us different variations of information. It has been really amazing to see how a team pulls together for us as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, listen, we've been saying it throughout the weekend in commentary, not wanting to dwell on it. But the FIA and the drivers have got an issue to resolve, and we certainly hope that they can resolve that quickly, because a lot of people have said that, you know, we like hearing from the drivers at the end of the stages, and me and us actually we're fans of this sport first and foremost. We have missed it, and it's very rare that you get to the end of a stage and you're able to stick a microphone in front of somebody's face literally 10-15 seconds after they've just got out of stage mode, and that's something that we shouldn't take for granted. So I certainly, I don't want to get involved in the politics of it, but what I would say is I hope that they can come to a conclusion quickly, because you know, we missed that, and it's important for the sport. And absolutely what you've said, hats off to PK and Molly and Julian Porter.
And well, we better say Bex as well, because of course Bex is the heartbeat of all of us. But yeah, just an incredible team effort, as it has been at Hyundai, and with Oyt Tanak as well, because there's been plenty of highs and lows for the team all round. I think it's probably the first time I've seen Cyril Abiteboul just looking a little nervous. So this is Oyt Tanak heading up onto the podium there.
And he finished second.
Okay, well, this is just sort of the ceremony now, the special moments where they receive also the Finishers Trophy here in Kenya, as well as, of course, they've got their trophy.
Julian.
Alright, it's second place, Safari Rally Kenya. You did lead early on. It's been a difficult event. Summarise it for me, please.
Yeah, to be honest, extremely demanding safari this weekend. We've seen basically everything from thunderstorms, from fesh to some very rocky, slow, super hot sections. So yeah, altogether, of course, a bit frustrating with Friday. You know, lost a few minutes there, but after this, still we were able to bring it back together and yeah, keep it in one piece. And in the end, I must say, also for myself, very positive weekend. So scored good points for the team, and yeah, the team did a great job. So 2 cars on the podium, so we must be very proud with that.
Yeah, you must be. Ladies and gentlemen, our second place, Oyt Tanak, Martin Javier.
A massive team effort, and we'll see this now, this ceremony of each car that finishes the Safari Rally Kenya will drive over this ramp and get themselves a finisher's trophy as well. So we're watching on. This is all from Hell's Gate now. Julian Porter also taking you through, so we'll just stick with him for a sec.
Thierry, when I've looked at all of you guys, when I've gone through the weekend, I think new overalls are required, new flame-proof underwear. It's been so tough, so demanding. Tell me about it.
Yeah, incredible weekend. I mean, Kenya got us once again, and we got hit by many trouble. Obviously, very rough conditions this year again, and super challenging weather conditions. But nevertheless, a great adventure again. Luckily, this year we made it to the step of the podium. Not the top step yet, but at least small improvement from previous years. So happy to be here now, taking good points for the championship as well overall, at least for the manufacturer. So that's good, and massive crowds all weekend. That was really cool to see along the road sections, on the stages. Lots of people, and I hope they had a good show.
I'm sure they did have a good show. As you say, the first time we had 2 Hyundais on the podium, that's very positive.
It's a step forward, but honestly, I mean, we cannot be totally satisfied about the result, because reliability was an issue again this weekend, unfortunately, and some things are coming back year for year, so that's a bit of a problem. But overall, yeah, having 2 cars on the podium shows that neither the drivers, or the crews, neither the team gave up, and we fought hard.
Well done. Third place, Thierry Neufville, Martin Wiedager.
Absolutely no mean feat there to get two Hyundais onto the podium. Now, I was just saying to Jenny in the background where we were looking at that, Hell's Gate, honestly, is one of those places, it's like a movie set. And okay, you're seeing the fireworks sort of clouds there, but actually in the background, all of that mist is dust because there's so many helicopters there. Also, the president's cage of helicopters that take off, and they take off and everything just rises out of the mist. It's honestly one of the most amazing things that I've seen, alongside all the footage that we've been seeing all weekend. Now, at points when we weren't really sure where or what would happen with Thierry, so to have pulled it all the way back to this, because his trouble started early on like Adrian Foremost did.
Yeah, you're right. Thierry Neuville had some issues from the off, didn't he? And he never gives up. His tenacity is what's made him. That's what made him a champion last year. Actually, his consistency and you know, there were times last year when he wasn't necessarily the fastest, but he was just consistently bagging points, and that's ultimately what results in a championship. And yeah, as you said, they never give up. The team didn't give up. I think that the key thing for the Hyundai guys coming here is that they didn't have any prop shaft issues. They didn't have any gearbox casing issues. Yeah, they've had a couple of other little rumbly bits there in the background, but ultimately they've stuck two cars on the podium. And yeah, we saw Kalirov and Pera having some problems, didn't we, with that rear left suspension issue, and of course picking up some problems this morning, which ultimately led to his retirement. And you capitalise on other people's issues. I said it to you yesterday. I say it again. The first thing that you do when you're building a rally car is you build a reliable one, and it's got to be reliable, and then you chase performance. Toyota have got that balance right, but boy, Hyundai absolutely nipping at their heels.
Yeah, indeed. It was the conversation that we were having at the start of this rally at Shakedown, the compromise between speed and reliability. And I was asking the drivers, have you found it? And they're all going, well, we'll see. So it's definitely been an interesting outcome. A very difficult pill to swallow for Taka. There's some incredible performances this weekend, incredible pace. And as Cyril Abiteboul said, unbelievable to have rolled that car over and got back on the road in that amount of time.
He was very, very lucky that there were some people there to help him, Kiri, more than anything else. You know, I mean, you're out in the wilderness, properly out in the wilderness. But old twin cam Taka, you just don't know what's there, do you? What to expect from him? And it didn't take very long. I haven't actually seen this roll. I'm assuming this is a replay that goes into roll. It was very early on in the stage into a right-hander. He's just been caught offline there. So he just got caught in a rut. They got pulled the car to the left, and then he's put a load of lock in, and that's what's turned the car round and ultimately into a roll. Did you see the car just pivot left? And that's what's happened. He's just been pulled offline. Really unfortunate for Takamoto Katsuta. And look, he's one of the fastest drivers in the World Rally Championships. No question about it. He's proved that this weekend, actually. His pace is phenomenal, and he is fearless. Yeah, that's the first time I've seen that. And that was actually really unfortunate. I think that was more of he was a victim of circumstance caught in the ruts in the road. And yeah, the bigger issue for Taka is whether or not he can get that car all the way back here to service. He's still got to do that, and it sounded very, very second-hand. When it was on its side, you could clearly see that it had leaked fluid from somewhere, and then it's sort of, I don't think it's engine, I don't know, but it did sound very bottom-endy, didn't it? Bottom-end bearings, perhaps, have maybe had seen better days.
I think you'll know more than I will do on the sound of the rally cars, but he has picked up or incurred some time penalties already, but you are correct, he does need to bring that back. That is the rules laid out. So let's hope that he
It's 73 kilometres as well, Kiri, and he was having to push the car into the time control at the end of the stage. So 73 Ks is a big, big ask, and we saw how quickly it lost power in the stage. So it's remains to be seen whether or not he can get back. I certainly hope he can, because he does deserve the finish.
Yeah, and I think, to be honest, the way Taka probably feels right now as well, he'll probably push it all the way back just to make sure that he can get it back. Okay, well, there we go. Yes, Taka, go on. Up and over there. Well done. What a brilliant human being he is to have done that. So over that ceremonial ramp there for Taka, such disappointment. Huge takeaways for him, but that's not really what counts for him at the end of the day. He wanted the podium.
Yeah, he wanted the podium, and you know, it looked like at the very least he was on for fourth place finish, didn't it? But unfortunately, that roll's put paid to that. Look, it is what it is. Ultimately, that's rallying, that's the game, that's the way it goes, and he's going to have to. He'll learn from it. He's a sportsman, he's an athlete. He'll suck it up and he'll move on. But yeah, we'll give him 24 hours to recover from that one, because he put in a really impressive performance yesterday afternoon in particular, and this morning.
Well, I think he might need probably, like all of us, about a week to recover from this week. Okay, now it was Brits abroad doing pretty well, wasn't it? Gus Greensmith, WRC2. What an impressive stint, because, you know, he picked his time, didn't he? He waited for the right time and then he attacked.
Yeah, Gus has done a spectacular job. I'm assuming, because we left the live commentary, and then I came straight to you. I'm assuming he's got the job done and he's won the WRC2 category. But yeah, for sure, Gus has had a fantastic weekend. You know, he was helped all the more, pushed, I should say, by Jan Solans, and then helped by Jan Solans when Jan had that roll this morning that took him out of contention. From there on in, it was for Gus to just get the car to the end of the rally and drive it cleanly, and he's done just that. He had some issues on the first day, couldn't get the car to turn in. They changed the front diff. It did help a little bit. He reckoned there was a little bit of play in the plates, but other than that, Gus has been there or thereabouts, hasn't he? And you can see him getting out of the car now, and that marks 2 Safari victories on the trot, and that's pretty special, isn't it? That's a pretty special accolade. And as I said, while Elfyn Evans is a proud Welshman, it's been actually the first time that we've seen 2 British drivers, shall I say, winning a WRC event.
Yeah, all right, Molly Pettit there as always.
Greg, congratulations. Oh, moving side. Greg, congratulations. You've done it again. A win here at Safari Rally Kenya. There's something about this place in you, isn't there?
Yeah, no. To win it 2 years in a row now is a great feeling. By far the toughest Safari I've ever done. So yeah, I'm happy to see the end. Definitely going to need some sleep tonight. But yeah, thank you to Skoda and to Race 7. The car's been brilliant. It needs to be strong. It has been, and yeah, we did our job when we needed to. Thank you.
Yeah, Molly, you are right. Something special for Gus there and this place. And yeah, what an amazing feat for both him and Elfyn Evans to have done it here in Kenya.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, you know, you've got to have the experience of this place to take the victory, and Gus has got the experience. He did it last year in WRC2 as well. I want to put a special word in for Jonas Andersson, Gus Greensmith's co-driver. Jonas now, I think, is the 3rd time in terms of starts, is the 3rd most experienced co-driver in the history of the sport. And that's really impressive, isn't it? And certainly that experience will be helping Gus. Scott Martin, I think, is just behind him, but this has been a special weekend for Jonas Andersson as well.
Yeah, and Forum 8 as well has an award for most stage wins. I think that's happening right now, so we're going to dip back over up to Hell's Gate and have a watch of that.
Forum 8 most stage wins award presentation. And I'll request the presence of Jona Ziebel, CEO WRC promoter, to present this trophy. Can I get a very big round of applause and cheers for Oliver Solberg and Elliot Edmondson. Tafadhali, let's give them a rapturous applause. And let's have Jona presenting the trophies. Jona Ziebel, the CEO of WRC promoter.
Photos, Oliver, I need a word with you as well. Oliver, I'm over here. I moved. You've got to be a bit more aware. I know you've had a tough weekend. Just wait. Oliver, as I said, as I was calling you over, it has been a demanding weekend. Such unfortunate luck on Friday, but can you take any satisfaction of being the fastest person stage winning wise?
I'm normally always the fastest person, so my only satisfaction is try to win the rally, and yeah, for sure after Friday we were really unlucky and really quite a sad moment, to be honest. But otherwise, you know, it's been a great weekend. You know, the experience and the challenge and the country, it's just fantastic. You know, so for me it's one of the coolest rallies of the year, and it is a big challenge. That's why we come and do it. So we love the weekend, and yeah, at least we got to the most stage wins, and then yeah, unfortunately not the win.
Many times the most stage wins for Oliver Solberg there. And such a difficult weekend because he was commanding WRC2 as the category, got caught in that fesh, and very hard as well because he managed to break the fesh, everybody else got to go round it, and he was the man that sort of saved everybody else from it.
Yeah, basically, first and foremost, Oliver would have won this rally, no question about it. But because he was the first WRC2 car into it, look, we're just going to turn left here in a minute, and we're onto this very, very soft fesh, and it just sucked the car into the Kenyan earth. It wasn't going anywhere, and he was bogged down. And as a result, every car that came through after that knew that was going to be a problem, and they just drove around him. And so Oliver didn't do anything wrong. That is not Oliver's mistake. He stuck with the line. He's followed his pace notes, and the car has just gotten stuck in the fesh. Complete victim of circumstance, and he's been robbed a little bit this weekend. While I am very happy for Gus Greensmith and Jan Solans and everyone else, but Oliver has been robbed of a victory this weekend, and we've seen that as well through the the 4 and 8 stage wins. He's won more stages than anybody else, and he was properly quick, Kiri. Just really unlucky for him. And I was speaking to him last night. He said it doesn't really hurt here because he knows he's done nothing wrong. Yeah. It just hurts here because it is Safari Rally Kenya and everybody wants to win it.
There'll be plenty more for you, Oliver, though. Don't worry about that. All right, let's check in with the podium that's going on up at Hell's Gate. Julian Porter, I think, taking us through that, so we'll head back to him. Please.
Fabrizio Zaldiva and Marcello Ohanesian. Makofi kwao tafadhali. WRC2 third place finisher. In second place, can I have Jens Solan and Rodrigo San Juan? And as they get on stage, tafadhali, ajua mjachoka, please give them a round of applause. And the winner of WRC2, please put your hands together for Gus Greensmith and Jonas Andersson. Can we have everyone standing for the national anthem of the winning driver? Yes, thank you. Big round of applause. Let's have the third place trophy to be presented by Anna Nordvist, Vice President for Sport, Europe at FIA. All right, well done. For the second place, to present the second place, can I invite Queen Kalimpinya, rally driver Rwanda, to hand over the second place trophy. That is to Jan Solans and Rodrigo San Juan. And to present the first place trophy, WRC2, kindly welcoming and also welcoming to Kenya, a very good friend for motorsports in Kenya, all the way from Rwanda, Christian Gakwaya, President, Rwanda Automobile Club. The winner gets, and also Christian, I'll ask you to come and hand over for the first place. Christian, I'll ask you to come back and give for the first place to Gus Greensmith and Jonas Andersson. And now, the top 3 crews will be presented with champagne to celebrate their achievement. All right, tafadhali, let's get ready to celebrate with these top 3 finishers from the WRC 2 class. Yes, put your phones away. It's going to get a little bit busy here on the stage. Yeah, let's celebrate.
I bet champagne never tasted so good after such a grueling and exhausting weekend. Gus Greensmith having his share of it, but also Jan Solans, my goodness me. He had a pretty tough and bumpy ride out there. He was doing so well that he was obviously keeping the pressure on, trying to keep Gus Greensmith at bay. That's the name of the game, though, isn't it?
Yeah, Jan Solans, as you said, we had this fantastic battle on between Gus and Jan Solans, and Jan had a roll this morning, and that was the aftermath of it. The windscreen gone. You're driving with goggles, lads, and they pressed on, they carried on, and they got the car to the finish for second place, which is an incredible result for them. And again, when you're faced with adversity like that, you have to dig deep. That's what motorsport's about, isn't it? And you have to solve the problem, and that's exactly what they did, and drove through the stages with goggles on and no windscreen. Yeah, fair play to them.
Not the first, not the last, with no windscreen. We saw Josh McLean as well, and of course Taka having a roll. All right, I believe Julian is with Jan Solans. We're going to head back down to Hell's Gate.
You're not getting away without talking to me now. The rally's over. Second in WRC2, first in Challenger. How demanding has that been? That's the same question I'm asking everybody, because it's been so tough. You've had many issues, but you're still here.
Yeah, it's been the most demanding rally of my life. On Friday, we ran out of power steering. Then Saturday was crazy with all this rain and the mud. And today we had a roll and we had to drive with no windscreen. So you can imagine how tough it has been. Also, we have been very, very close to get the victory, because we were almost leading the rally when we rolled. But at the end, we can be happy with this second place.
It was your first time here. Was it everything you anticipated when you got on the plane in Spain and flew here?
Well, it's been much, much harder than I could imagine. Also, this stage in Camoran, I felt like a nightmare, and I will come back with a nice experience in my head.
Congratulations, our second place finishers in WRC2 and the winners of Challenger.
Well done, Jan Solans and Rodrigo San Juan. Congratulations, a double win for you guys. Of course, the Challenger category, also another very anticipated title. And it's a big congratulations to Jan and Rodrigo. Up next, let's welcome onto the podium Fabrizio Zaldiva and Marcello Ohanesian. Sylvia. Miguel.
I will just have a quick word with you before you disappear off. I mean, what a weekend. Another one who's made their debut here in Safari Rally Kenya. On the podium, satisfied with that? Relieved? Happy? Come on, let me inside what your world's been like.
Well, yeah, you know, quite happy to finish on the podium. It's my first podium in WRC 2, so yeah, really happy. We've been working quite a lot, and yeah, finally we got this podium, and yeah, to have it here in Safari Rally Kenya, it's quite a relief. You know, it's been a very tough weekend for us. The Friday we struggled quite a lot in the morning, then the afternoon a bit better. We got a puncture in the Camp Moran stage, and yeah, yesterday sadly in the second pass of Sleeping Warrior we broke a bit the car, and yeah, we needed to stop, but still we managed to get the podium.
I asked Jan if it has lived up to its anticipation when you boarded the flight to come to Kenya. What did you think was going to happen, or was it been totally different?
Well, I expected a bit because I spoke with Diego, the other Paraguayan. He's a good friend of mine, and yeah, I spoke a bit with him. But yes, when I landed here, the stuff started to look a bit different, and yeah, we had the hope to do a podium. We came here with that target, and yeah, we completed. So yeah, we are really happy, and now we will enjoy and focus on the next one.
Congratulations, Fausto Marcelo.
Well, there you go. That was the 1, 2, and 3 for the WRC2. What a fantastic battle all the way through to the end there. Of course, Gus Greensmith taking the overall victory. Just a spectacular event, even from the last throes of this celebration. It really is wonderful to see.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? You know, and we've got to look into WRC2 as the future of the sport, isn't it? And I've got to say, incredible job from Fausto Aldevar as well. First time here, and you know, and again, he's had to face an awful lot of adversity this weekend, and he's done exactly what he needed to do, and he stuck it on the podium. That's very, very special for him.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Well, it could have been a different way. Kaito Kaitanovic could have been the man on that podium, but things weren't going his way right from early on.
Yeah, I mean, from the very start, Kaito showed an incredible pace, didn't he? He was actually leading the rally at one point, but was certainly in the mix with Gus Greensmith, but a bolt sheared. It was a master bolt on the rear left suspension and let go at I think he said he was doing 120 odd kilometres an hour, which is pretty frightening when the rear left just drops away from you like that. But yeah, that bolt failed on him, and he had to then spend an awful lot of time trying to repair the car, and he was able to put a new bolt in. You can see here, here's Kaito just getting out of the car and having a look at the rear left suspension. They were able to make a temporary fix, and then the bolt they put in dropped out. So the new bolt they put in dropped out. So that then put them on the back foot. The pace has always been there with Kaito. He's got so much experience, and he actually came into this weekend, Kiri, saying, "I'm just going to let Oliver and Gus go at it themselves. I can't keep up with those." He does that
quite a lot here, doesn't he?
But he was there. You know, he was there. He was certainly matching Gus's pace. But sadly, this was basically Kaito writing the story of his weekend and sidelined him from mounting any sort of challenge for the podium.
You can't even imagine what it takes to complete a Safari Rally Kenya. The effort, the sweat, the tears that each one of our crews has gone through, because I don't think there's one of our crews that has gone through all of the stages without a problem or two that they've had to solve, fix, repair, change a wheel. It's just, these men are sportsmen are just absolutely incredible all the way through to WRC2.
Yeah, and beyond as well, you know, and beyond, right down to the nationals. And like I said, this championship is, or this wasn't the championship, but certainly this rally is designed to break rally cars. It's designed to test rally cars.
Carl Tunde that said he had no power steering for 2 days.
Yeah, and that's, you know, incredible, isn't it? But he pressed on, and got a good result as well. But yeah, you know, I think the only person that we know hasn't had a major issue has been your overall rally winner, Elvin Evans. He's had a couple of D beads, but beyond that, he's kept it neat and tidy, but I think everybody else has had something to deal with, and that's what Safari Rally Kenya does to rally cars.
It's a whole experience and more. All right, let's just have a look at the final results for you of WRC2. You've seen the podiums, but just let's confirm exactly where everybody was. Amongst the animals there, Gus Greensmith, Jan Solans and Zaldivar there as your 1, 2 and 3. Oliver Solberg, an incredible charge, bringing himself all the way back up to 5th. And Kaito, who we just mentioned, sitting in 6th there. And we'll give a shout out to Carl Tundo as well, because what a valiant effort to get himself at 7th with no power steering for 2 days. So that is the overall classifications for WRC2 as we finish up at Safari Rally Kenya 2025. All right, those are the points. Oliver Solberg with 35 points still out in front. Gus Greensmith makes the clamber up to 2nd now with 25 points. Johan Russell now 25 points, and Fabrizio Zaldivar there with 23. All right, you 1, 2, 3, as you see it on your screens, is the 2025 result there. Breathtaking scenery. It's so nice just to be able to watch for a second, and sometimes actually the pictures are better than being out there, because when you're out there you see things go past and it's not so real. When you're watching it on the screen, sometimes you can just sort of take it in and watch and appreciate.
I mean, I can't speak from experience, because I've been in a commentary box and chatting to you in the service park all weekend. But I'm really glad you've had a nice time out there, all of you. But just looking at that championship leaderboard in WRC2, it's going to be one hell of a year, isn't it? I mean, yes. I think 4th, 5th and 6th, all on 17 points. Incredible. It's going to be such a fantastic battle. Johan Rossell, I think, is on the entry list for Canaries, and we know how well the Citroen goes. Gus Greensmith's taken maximum points at his first championship scoring round, so it's going to be a brilliant fight in WRC2 throughout the entire year. All right, Julian's got more from Hell's Gate for us.
Well done, Deep. As we wait for Nikhil to join us here at the podium to celebrate your finishing and winning of the WRC3.
Nikhil, WRC3 winner, Safari Rally Kenya, how does that feel?
It's unbelievable, especially the way we started the rally off. You know, we had to restart on Thursday and on Friday. But then, yeah, yesterday we managed to prove ourselves in the rain, and today we just, you know, thought we'll just bring it home and see what happens. So yeah, it's quite exhilarating to be a WRC3 winner.
The rally's challenging enough without your disabilities. I mean, what is it like? I mean, the other drivers have been saying it's mad. What is it like for you?
Well, you can see my hands there, full of blisters. Yeah, it's very enduring on my hands. I can feel my forearms are fully pumped up right now. Struggling to press the brake, but yeah, we made it. That's the main thing, yeah.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you so much.
Well done to Nikhil Sachania and Deep Patel. WRC3.
Yeah, right the way down through the classes there. Just incredible feats of sportsmanship and drivers and ability.
Podium.
Yeah, what Nichols has done here is not just get that car through the stage, but he's done it with a disability. He's driving the car with hand controls. That's phenomenal, you know. And you've got to say, we've seen Rally Kenya breaking top flight Rally 1 cars, WRC2 cars, and he's got a Rally 3 car through these stages and done it with hand controls. What an inspiration! And that's what WRC, that's what motorsport does, that's what rallying does. And that man can be incredibly proud of himself. And I look at that with just the most admiration. That is. Yeah, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Well, there we go. Over that ramp, Safari Rally Kenya, done. Whew, you can take a breath, sir. Let's enjoy their celebrations with them. Well, he's not drinking and driving, maybe while driving. I think he'll just be carrying that one with him there. Yeah, go on, a little bit of a spray of the champagne. Absolutely fantastic. Co-driver definitely deserving that one as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, what Nichols has done is incredible, and yeah, he could be wiping the windscreen of champagne. That's not something you do every day with the windscreen wipers. But yeah, it's phenomenal, and I just think the whole of Kenya the whole of this rally has just been very special for me. For me, it's been since we've returned to Safari Rally Kenya. This has been the most testing for everybody involved. And yeah, I think everybody who's made it to the finish is it's a hell of a feat.
It is indeed. Well, there's been some eventful, amusing moments as we've gone in the most tricky of situations, one of which was the selfie stick cloth that helped Thierry Neuville see his way to a podium. Definitely a different way of seeing it, but it solved a problem, and that's all he needed.
Yeah, it wasn't just Thierry Neuville, it was Martin Jarvio or Tanak as well. So this is Martin Vidaga just clearing the windscreen. And Martin Jarvio had to do the same thing. I'm surprised it's taken so long to catch on, frankly, the selfie stick, because in years gone by, the windscreen would mist up and the drivers would just have to deal with that situation. But now it works so well. It's simple, but it's effective, isn't it? And you can see Martin just going for the selfie stick. It extends on a pole, and it's literally just like a little pad on the end of it. And there you go. You don't just read the pace notes when you're a co-driver. You're also a window cleaner.
And everything in between.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm surprised it's taking so long to catch on, because when you think about it, it's so simple. For years, we had drivers with windscreens misting up, and they'd lose a vast amount of time. Now, as soon as you get a hint of it, the selfie stick comes out with a pad on the end, give it a wipe, carry on.
I fear I may not see you in the Canaries, Chenny. I think that I might be seeing you selling selfie cloth windscreen wipers somewhere. Okay, let's have a look once again at how the Safari Rally Kenya 2025 have finished up. It was your man Elvin Evans that took the top spot. A fantastic victory and a fantastic drive from start to finish. Even the tallest giraffe was proud. So there we go, just clear of the 1 minute mark over Oit Tanak there. Then Thierry Neuville clambered back onto the podium after his difficulties. And we see that Sami Payari, gifted a little bit by Taka's final roll, moves to fourth, Taka in fifth, Greg Munster in sixth, and that is how the rally shaped up. This is the points that have been allocated for the weekend. The 27 sees that Elvin Evans is 36 clear of Thierry Neuville. Oit Tanak putting himself back in the fight with the 23, and also we are having a look at Sami Payari there with a collection of 13 points. So that is what they carry as they move forward. 86 for Elvin Evans, Thierry Neuville with 52, Oit Tanak climbing up with 49, Taka climbing up with 35. Sebastian Ogier, of course, not here with us this weekend, dropping down the places, and Adrian Formeau with a good haul of those Sunday points, taking both the Super Sunday and the Wolf Power Stage points, gets himself in contention. It is Toyota with 158 points, Hyundai Shell Mobis with 122 points, M Sport Ford there with 43, and the second variation of the Toyota Gazoo racing team have 25 points to shape up the 1, 2, 3, 4 for the manufacturers. Well, I can't believe it. We are finally at the end of a grueling, difficult and incredible weekend. Chenny, we're running out of time, but just very quickly, what a weekend.
Yeah, an incredible weekend. Thank you very much to Kenya for having us. It's been an unbelievable rally. It's done everything it's supposed to do. Congratulations, Elvin Evans, the big winner this weekend. Thierry Neuville, Oit Tanak getting their championship off to a start. Kalle Rovanperä, the big loser, Kiri.
All right, well, that is it. We are now out of time. It's been a pleasure to bring you such an amazing rally once again. I hope you enjoyed every single minute of it. From us, it is goodbye for now.